TikTok is my favorite place to buy strange, cheap, and one-of-a-kind consoles, and what I have here might be the oddest one of them all. The Homeboy 88. Alright guys, here it is. And as you may or may not be able to tell, this thing is essentially a giant Game Boy Advance cartridge that can play your Game Boy Advance games on your TV. And I gotta say, this box is a little more official than I thought it would be. It's just got a lot of like Japanese on it and stuff, but looks kind of nice. Alright, sliding it out of the box. Here she is. It's actually like a little smaller than I thought it would be, but look at that. It really is just a Game Boy Advance cartridge. Oh, wow, that looks so dumb. It just looks so goofy sticking out of the top like that. I don't know. We gotta look at some of the other stuff. We have a controller, and it looks a lot like a Super Nintendo controller. We'll take a closer look at that in a second as well. And then a USB cable with a little power supply and our like AV cable, it looks like. Well, let's go ahead and investigate the console itself. It feels weird calling it that. We got our game slot right here. There's no cover for it, so that's gonna get dusty real quick. We have reset buttons, which is, that's not a thing you would normally have on a Game Boy Advance. Also, it like clicks in. So if you click it in, is it just like permanently resetting all the time? That sounds like a bad idea. But either way, it says Homeboy 88 on the front. I think 88 refers to there being 88 like pre-installed games on this console as well. On the front, we only have one controller port, which looks kind of funny. You know, most consoles would have two, but it's a Game Boy Advance thing. Like, you can't play multiplayer on a Game Boy Advance console, so I guess it makes sense. And then on the back top, what do you want to call this? The back of the console, sure. We have our warranty seal, QC pass. And then we just have like our power in and our AV out. I'm kind of sad this thing doesn't support like the link cable or anything like that, so you could play like actual multiplayer in some capacity by like trading Pokemon or whatever else, but that's okay. Let's take a closer look here at the controller. It is literally just a Super Nintendo controller. Like, I bet if I plug this into a Super Nintendo, it would work fine. Does it feel good? Here we go. You know, it is not as bad as you would think. The D-pad in particular, it's very firm, but it's nice. Like, it has a nice feel to it. And the shoulder buttons almost feel better than like those, you know, super used Super Nintendo controllers that have been like sitting in a drawer for 20 years. Either way, let's go ahead and hook the console up and see if it works. All right, guys, I got my cartridge all hooked up, but this looks so wrong. Let's go ahead and turn the console on and see what happens. Bam, green light achieved. Ooh, and the console is working. 88 in 1 V2. Ooh, there's a second model of this thing. That's impressive. Let's see, does our controller work? Very nice, it does. Sky Zone, Whale, Fairy, Aether Base. What are these games? Let's just try Whale. Whale. Is this like an NES game? These aren't even like Game Boy Advance games. Also, I don't remember there ever being a Whale game. So is this like a ROM hack thing? A homebrew? Like, what am I looking at? Oh, the whale's dead. It's over. Save the ocean or whatever. All right, I pressed the reset button and wait, what is this? Loading? The reset button is depressed right now, but it looks like the console's turning on okay. It's okay, maybe it's not working. I'm gonna press it again and we're back up and running. I don't understand. So you press it once, it turns on and you get your games. Now I'm really confused. Let's just go ahead and put Mario Kart inside the console. We'll turn it on. Does this just like boot up to the game or does this take us to the 88 games? Okay, hold on. We press the reset button. This takes us to our cartridge. Why? Let's try anglerfish. Is this just whale, but you know, with an anglerfish? Actually, that said it supported 2 players. We can't do that with this console. Oh, you're an anglerfish. You got like a little light on you. It's like a little maze game. Oh, we have difference picture. My favorite. I love that it's literally just called difference picture. Okay, this is different. Cloud's different. Timeout. I would love a timeout right now. I'm gonna restart the console. Corsair, like just the company? Oh, this is like a Minesweeper kind of thing, maybe? I don't want to know. Cool Baby. There he is, Cool Baby. What are these games? Where did they come from? Why are there 88 of them? I'm surprised so far they're actually like different games with slightly different mechanics. Huh? Okay, am I dodging? We're dodging. We're dead. The baby is dead. The baby is no longer cool. He is in fact warm. We can try kicking now. Yup. Okay, we press A to kick. Oh geez. Okay, you can't kick the enemies. That's bad and dumb. I don't like this. I'm like genuinely surprised, guys. We've seen so many of these consoles. They have just like random NES games or whatever. I have not seen a single one of these in any videos we've seen on this channel or Jacob Art. The training camp, ... It's so ominous. Oh, the training camp of worms. It just didn't have the full title there. Okay. Oh, it's like a platformer. Oh, I like that the leaves kind of bounce. That's nice. Oh, geez. I can't control the distance he jumps. He just jumps that exact arc every time. Is this seriously the whole game? You just jump over crickets? Oh, now they're butterflies. How do I react to this? She's jumping over things. That's the whole game. Next! Long jump, triple jump, high jump. Let's try triple jump. Oh, I mashed the button to make him run. Okay. there he goes. He's dead. His life is over. Oh! 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 There he goes. To be fair, that might have been the best game we've seen yet. That was almost a real game. Slap Goblin. I'd love to. I'm just mashing buttons. There's not even a game happening here. You just press A and B and it hits all the things. We can try Cowpoke. That sounds nice. Okay. You're like a little cowboy guy and you're shooting cows. Oh my god, the rope is so sensitive. What is the goal here? You just shoot enough cows until you win? I don't know if I have it in me to look at any more of these games. They're so bad. All right, let's try Skateboard Kid, and then we gotta see if this thing can play actual Game Boy Advance games. Wait, what? He was captured by the aliens. Who made this? Oh, you gotta get all the little orbs. No. Okay, you know what? This game controls terribly and it's like kind of clunky, but there's like almost a full game here, you know? This is like not the worst game on this console. All right, let's move this thing over into GBA mode. I think that's what the sticker's trying to say, by the way. Turn it back on and we're gonna play some Mario Kart. You know, now that I think about it, why did they include a Super Nintendo controller? Like the Game Boy Advance only has A, B, and then the shoulder buttons. Like you're not doing anything with X and Y. Anyway though, we are in Mario Kart right now. The cartridge side of this console seems to work great. No, get out of here, Peach. Well, anyway, that game works. Let me go ahead and try another one. Feels really wrong, but you can just like leave the console on and stick a new game in there and you just press the reset button again and it loads it up. Yeah, there we go. The cartridge slide is actually surprisingly reliable. This console was $70, guys. Like, just to play your Game Boy Advance games on your TV? I don't know about that one. Yo, we got save data on this cartridge? I didn't even know. Spooky House. I don't remember how to play this game at all. Uh-oh. Oh, Mario's dead. It's over. All right, I got a few more things I want to try in this console. First of all, I found this other like third-party Super Nintendo controller. Let's see if this works. It uses like borderline the same port, so I would imagine it's fine. And I also grabbed a few different Game Boy games. We got an OG Game Boy game, I'm pretty sure. It might be one of those like Game Boy Color like cross-compact games, but we'll just go ahead and try this guy out and see if this also works on this console. It's sitting on the loading screen here for a long time. Ooh, I don't think that's working, guys. I also grabbed a Game Boy Color game. Let's see if this works. Yeah, same thing here. I don't think it works with these. So only Game Boy Advance? That's really weird. I also grabbed a Game Boy Advance Video, the Cartoon Network collection. I would really hope it works with this, but who knows? Wait, there's no way this doesn't work either, right? I'm pretty sure these cartridges don't work on like a Game Boy Advance player for like a GameCube either, so maybe this somehow has some sort of technology that says like, oh, it's connected to a TV, it can't work. Do you guys think I can get this Game Gear game to work on this thing? It doesn't fit. Well, just for a sanity test, I want to put a normal Game Boy Advance game back in here. Yeah, that still works fine. So it literally only works with Game Boy Advance games. That's so specific. And by the way, yes, the controller works just fine. So it literally is just a Super Nintendo controller. Let's go ahead and open the console up and see what it looks like on the inside. Oh man, it's got like a cable sandwiching the two halves together. So inconsiderate of the teardown experience, but that's okay. I can kind of lay both halves flat now. And here it is, guys. We got hot glue holding down the LED. That's hilarious. This board has our reset and power buttons, along with our controller port super glued as well, or hot glued, my bad. Surprisingly, we have two, a little more complex than I would have thought, boards going on right here and back here. This one probably controls like the power and stuff and the video output. And then this guy is probably our main board itself. And look, we got 3 whole big chips. That's $70 right there, ladies and gentlemen, gets you 3 chips. I'm blown away. And then of course we have our actual cartridge slot right there. By the way, if you guys enjoyed this video, I know you will want to click on this one right here. I got 3 refurbished Wiis from GameStop, refurbished. And little spoiler alert, there was a lot of Magic Eraser involved.